Welcome back to the National Fiscal Conservative PAC's Evening with Ann Coulter. My next guest is a lady by the name of Ann Zelenik. Ann is a candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives from Tennessee's 6th District. And I really like your candidacy, Ann, because there's been a number of people who this is sort of their first foray into politics, and some of them are very good, but some of them you sort of see them floundering a little bit. You've been able to be very consistently good in your approach because you've been doing this behind the scenes as a volunteer for a long time. Tell us a little bit about your history politically. Where have you been that brought you to this place?
Really, I've had a business career for over 20 years, and it's really been kind of supporting candidates from, maybe events or from a financial basis, but really it's been involved with talking to people and realizing how both Republicans and Democrats have left Republicans have left our party and its principles. And so really it's emboldened a lot of people to get involved when we see the loss of individual liberties, free markets, and really what went on last year in the February stimulus, when we saw that, no one read a bill that was passed. So I think it's what's going on with staying informed and getting involved in campaigns. We're seeing the buying of votes on a scale like never before. We're seeing the power and the influences of lobbyists. And people are waking up, and they're tired of it. And I think that's probably been more involvement on my part in the past 3 years in growing our conservative principles under the tent of the Republican Party in Rutherford County and across this district. But it's not as the Republicans as usual. These are the constitutionalists. These are the real conservatives. So many people are standing up. And my campaign's been made up of a lot of that. We're working really hard. We're hitting all 15 counties. We're meeting with the people, and we're hearing the same thing. They want real people to represent them. They want those with the life experiences that aren't doing it because it's about me, because my campaign's about we. And I've just been such a privilege to have so many just out there volunteering and being involved every day. And it's just people like you that do so much too.
I like that. It's not about me, it's about we.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that you bring, I think, to the table is, of course, you are one of Tennessee's lovely ladies, a Southern belle, and we have a very rich history in the GOP, specifically in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
We heard earlier from Congressman Blackburn, you're here, Robin Smith is running in TL03, she's
Mm-hmm.
run the state party very, very well for years. What's it like being a lady in what, for right or for wrong, has traditionally been sort of a man's bailiwick?
Well, I graduated from Vanderbilt Engineering, and I worked 2 jobs to help pay for it, and that wasn't easy. And I started a business in heavy construction, and over 20 years, heavy construction. I'm trying to think how many times somebody came into the office and said, "Hey, darling, let me speak to the boss man." We're used to that, and that was me. And I go, "You're looking at him." But I think more importantly, we're seeing strong women. And we heard Sarah Palin say a couple of weeks ago, it's going to be the Mama Grizzlies worried about their cubs. It's going to take this country back. Well, I'm one of those Mama Grizzlies. And we have a lot of them across this district because so many last year were worried. This year they're scared that they're not going to give the same opportunities to their children and grandchildren that they had growing up. So really, it really rests on us, Ken. It rests on you and I standing up for what our parents and grandparents built. They defended our nation. They built this nation, and our Judeo-Christian foundings and the faith that our country is wrapped on. And it's boiling down to standing up for what you all talk about, that God, family, and country, and our Constitution, and people are doing it. And I just want to say one other thing. I was seeing an interview on Fox, and it was about a year ago, and you all had mentioned tonight about, Ann was talking about some of the Islamic riots and what's going on with immigration. And they were interviewing a journalist over in England, and people were saying, why aren't you upset? Why aren't you upset with stuff going on and the lack of freedom of speech and the censorship that was going on at that time? And she looked directly, I believe it was with Bill O'Reilly, and said, "We don't have your Constitution. Are we getting close? If we don't stand up and get involved in 2010, we will lose it all. And we're going to lose it all."
Hopefully we can send a good, strong...
Thank you. I am. Thank you. It's my privilege to be here. I love it. Thank you, Ken.